color doesn't mean anything because there's no such thing as skin color other than the terminology. It's a matter of what degree of melanin you have, and that's one of the things that people have done is they have determined, they have divided up people like crayons with skin colors and tones. So race is this. There's only one race, and that is the human race. And within that human race are different nationalities. And the nationalities are determined from the mother. And now to get into that, because see, one mother's breast had really given you suck. That's why, as you may have recently heard about, I think it was a so-called Chinese national that said that he did his DNA and he's going to prove that, he's a pure Chinese. And when they did the DNA, it came back to Africa. Because it's only one, the Moabite African woman is the mother of civilized skin.
Your children of war, but yet, of course, they're some great brothers. I'm saying they playing us, man.
So do you hate white people?
I don't hate you.
Not me.
I don't hate you. No, I don't hate you. I don't hate him. They know I'm going. I don't hate her. I don't hate her. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I don't hate. No, I don't hate y'all. Why would I hate my own people? I'll clear it up. I'll clear it up. I know. Let's vote with me.
1954 to 63, Philadelphia, Chicago, and then the Naturalization Act of 1870, when it started to be used by them, calling themselves white. But this is what it really means in law, including supported law case. Are we clear? So let's go through this. Free white persons, quote unquote, is a legal phrase referred in the Naturalization Act. So now you're supposed to know sociology, you're supposed to know Nationalization Act and naturalization. They're distinct. Naturalization is for aliens. Are we clear? Now, as amended July 14th, 1870, which meaning naturally given to it when first used in 1 Statute 103C3, meaning all persons belonging to European races, then commonly counted as white, and their descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. And understand in law books you have condensation, so you take functions and stuff like that, and then you re-interject them, the preps, etc., because it's condensed. So it here is free white persons. You see this? So free white persons, includes all European Jews more or less intermixed. If they're not mixed, they can't be free white people. Meaning if they ain't got melanin in them, can't be free white people. It's a legal status. It includes all European Jews more or less intermixed with peoples of Celtic, Scandinavian, Teutonic, Iberian, Latin, Greek, and Slavic descent. Free white persons includes Magyars, Lapps, and Finns, and the Basque and Albanians. Free white persons includes the mixed Latin, Celtic, Iberian, and Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, the mixed Greek, Latin, and Phoenicians, and North African inhabitants of Sicily. North Africans are white people. Do you understand? Phoenicians are white people. Moors are white people. It's a legal status. So, all right, so Iberian and Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, the mixed Greek and Latin, Phoenician, and North African inhabitants of Sicily, and the mixed Slav and Tartar inhabitants of South Russia. Free white persons does not mean Caucasian race. Can y'all repeat this, please? Who can read? Who can read? Who can read? Can you read? All right, let's do this together, y'all. It means free white persons. Free white persons, come on, y'all, does not mean Caucasian race. Free white persons does not mean Aryan race. Free white persons does not mean Indo-European races, nor the mixed Indo-European, Dravidian, Semitic, and Mongolian peoples who inhabit Persia. A Syrian of Asiatic birth and descent will not be entitled to become a naturalized citizen of the United States as being a free white person. Then you got all your law case, so you can see clearly it's a legal status. So what happens when you call that European white man? You just called him sovereign and transferred your estate to him as Fofer. Now, as soon as he
Here we go. Chinese. Russian. Italian. German. Swedish. Korean. Egyptian. Nigerian. Black. I hope you were able to successfully identify the issue. You were able to properly identify with all the groups that I called out in the countries that associates with them. But when I said black, everyone had to look at each other and try to figure out what you was going to respond to, or what country or what nationality is associated with them. So I want everyone to understand that that is the underlying problem. That's the underlying root to the issues that we're dealing with right now.
Good. But when we talk about humanity in this movement, we're talking about the original woman. And until she get in her mind that she needs to come back home and get her shit together, we got to do something to create a position to let her understand that it's a viable lifestyle option, that it's okay for you now to have a nationality, that we as actual Asiatic original men, Moorish American Muslims, royal Muslims of the West, that we're here to protect you, that we want you to come home, that we want you to stop playing yourself, we want you to get off the pole, we want you to stop nurse feeding this next generation that's going to oppress your children. We want you to stand up on your square and be able to be in your natural sense without a nigga always coming telling you you too fat, you too light, you too dark, you too this, you too that. But you got to want to do it too, sister. You got to step up in your role. You got to take your throne.